JDBC, right? Please be on mute. Okay, JDBC. What is our JDBC? It is used to connect the database. So I have database. So to connect this database from the Java application, if you want to connect a database from Java application, this is Java app. Java application to database. Java application, simple database. Now this is Java application to database by using JDBC. So I am connecting database from the Java application using JDBC. So if you want to develop any logic, any application, you should define presentation logic, some technical terms, validation, then request processing, then business logic, then persistence logic. Now, what is the meaning of presentation logic? Presentation logic nothing but view. Validations nothing but validations. Okay, what is the meaning of validation? Presentation logic. How we are defining presentation logic? How I am defining presentation logic? Hello? You know how to define it? HTML code is nothing but presentation logic. But not only HTML, lot of technologies we have, JSPs, Angular JS, then free marker, velocity, okay, React JS, Node JS, so a number of technologies. Okay, we have to develop a view component. So, but we don't know about all those technologies. Only HTML, right? HTML, little bit HTML. Even if you don't know, okay, JSP, don't worry. Anyway, in my advanced Java session, I'm going to discuss about JSP. Using JSP or HTML, we are developing presentation logic. Next, validation. What do you think of validation? Can you tell me? Validation logic. Please, some answers you have to tell. Validation logic. Mm-hmm. 1 minute. If you want to develop any application, we have to develop this number of these number of logics. So presentation logic view. What about validation? I'm going to discuss about validation, right? Validation. What do you mean of validation? So we have username, text box. Yeah, so we have one page, okay, first name, text box, then last name, then middle name, then age, then date of birth, okay, then gender. Okay, so we have first name, right? Then after that, text box, last name text box, age text box, okay, date of birth also text box, but you can select the date, okay, using date picker here, We can manually enter or we can use date picker to enter. Next, gender. But gender, okay, we are not giving any option to enter, right? Yes or no? See, designing pages and buttons and selecting appropriate fields also very very important. For example, okay, date of birth, date picker should be required, right? Otherwise, selecting date somewhat difficult. Hmm? That's why use date picker. For example, sometimes this is student information course. Courses should be predefined courses I want to populate here. Okay, course. Generally, course can you tell me what is the proper field here? Field mean form control. Can we use drop down, or can we use checkbox, or can we use hmm, text box? Yes, you can use. We can use either drop down or checkbox, no problem. But don't use text box. Yes or no? Drop down. Okay, populate all the courses: core Java, advanced Java, Spring, Hibernate. Yearly 15 to 20 courses you can populate it. Okay, we can select. User can select it. Okay, but don't generate radio button radio button for the course. Okay, one student should join only one course. No, right? Yes or no? Student can join a number of courses. Here, radio button won't help. Yes or no? Hmm? Now, here, in this case, you should be uh, drop down only. What about gender? Hmm? Can I use checkbox? Huh? Can I checkbox? Or radio button? Huh? Radio man, don't do checkbox. What's the problem with checkbox? Huh? If you define, he can select both. Excellent. Okay, he can select both, right? Okay. We don't have, both option. Huh? This checkbox, again checkbox. Okay. That's why designing form controls also very very important. This is nothing but presentation logic. It should be radio button only, not checkbox. Don't give the option to put the checkbox radio button only. Multiple values. You should select either this male or female, but not both. But if you want, you can put one more checkbox. That is different story. But sir, one more radio button, but not checkbox. Next, yeah, here only one value I'm expecting. Gender, we are expecting only one value, not multiple values. Age, in the place of age, okay, can I enter Ramesh? While filling form, can I enter Ramesh in the place of age? No, right? If you enter Ramesh, what will happen? I'm not expecting, string. Even if you enter Ramesh, database age column, I'm storing this information in the database. Age column type is number. Number column. Number column, does number column allows string? No. Number column doesn't allow string. Harita, are you following?
Yes.
That's why what you can do, you should enter only integers. Okay. If you enter, alphabets, you can display age is not there. String. You should enter only numbers. Okay, age allowing to enter numbers, right? Okay, I'm entering 9999999. Is it valid age for the student? Hmm? Student or one person age max 100 one person age. If you enter this 999 1000 2000 years, we are not gods, right? Okay. That's why if you enter like this, simply you can send a message to the user. Okay, oh, A should be, less than 100, 0 to 100, at 0 to 120. Employee age 0 to 60 only, or 18 to 60, at least 18 to 60 employee age. We are allowing age at 21 to 60. This validation should handle in front end. Before sending request to the back end to execute business logic, I want to validate this logic. That is nothing but this logic, man. Validation. Validation. But how to write validation? Don't ask that question.
So, Ramesh, can we, like, as you mentioned, age, so can we limit it to integers, or it would take, like, we have to give it like decimal numbers also?
Repeat once again.
I'm saying, could we limit it to integers?
Yeah, we should limit to integer only. Integer,
Yeah,
integer, and allowed values are 0 to 100 only.
yeah. So integers, we can limit it to integers, no decimal values, right?
Yeah,
We can do that. Okay.
yeah, we can do it. See, we are the Java developers. We can write anything. We can, we
Yeah,
can
that's
work
true.
with, even, years. Okay, 100 years, 6 months, or 2 months, or 3 months also possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, using Java code. Yes, anything is possible.
Alright.
Then, okay, request processing. User clicks the submit button. That request will goes to backend, right? In the backend, some class will take care to process a request. Backend. That the classes are nothing but request processor class. Strictly speaking, servlets. But even if you're not understanding validation logic, servlets, don't worry. We have next 1 month. I am going to discuss about these things only. Validation, not validations. Presentation logic, request processing logic, business logic. We will discuss it. Business logic. Based on end user entered data, I want to perform some operations on backend. End user entered, username and password. I want to check user entered correct username and password. I want to connect database. I want to get existing password from the table. Okay, we have one Gmail application. We entered username and password, right? Okay, internally application will check username password is correct or not. Yes or no? If it is correct, it will open inbox page. Incorrect, same page. Yes or no? Internally, somewhere they wrote the logic to uh, check it. That is nothing but business logic. Okay. Next, yeah, persistence logic. This is the logic we are going to discuss next 10 days, 10 to 15 days. Means JDBC. What is the persistence? Permanent storage area. Persistence permanent storage area. What is the permanent storage area? Database or file. If you want to connect permanent storage area, persistent storage area, permanent storage area, then we will go for one simple technology. The technology is nothing but JDBC. Now, what is the persistent storage area? Database. Permanent storage area, database. If you want to connect permanent storage area, persistent storage area, we have to write some logic, simple logic. That logic is nothing but persistence logic. The logic which is used to connect with the permanent place or database is nothing but persistence logic. Sir, by using which technology we are developing this persistence logic? Sir, simple. By using a JDBC, by using Hibernate, by using JDO, JPA, IBT, Stop Link, Spring with Hibernate, Spring with ORM, Spring ORM, Spring JDBC. Oh, a number of technologies. By listening these number of technologies, don't feel tension. Oh, this number of technologies should learn, not required. If you learn one technology, once you get the job, learning other technology is nothing. Yes. Once you got the job, okay, if you, for example, you learn hibernate, once you got the job, okay, you may work with JPA. At that time, no need to search faculty for JPA. By seeing, documentation, you will get JPA. You got it? What I'm saying? So now, what is the use of JDBC? JDBC is used to connect the database. JDBC is used to develop persistence logic. What is the meaning of persistence logic? The logic which is used to connect with the persistence storage area or permanent storage area is nothing but persistence logic. Okay, you got it? Next, same story I defined. Persistence logic, the logic which is used to connect with the logic which is used to connect with the persistence storage area or permanent place or database is called persistence logic. Persistence logic is also called a DAO layer. Persistence logic layer is also called DAO layer, data access object. Any Java class which contains only persistence logic. That class technically we are calling as a DAO, data access object. Name itself contains the meaning, right? Data access object. Any Java class object which is used to connect with the database is nothing but a data access object. That's it. If you are not following, let me know. Actually, DEO is a design pattern. Without DEO, there is no Java project. In real world, in resume, okay, blindly we can put involved coding in DEO. Developing DEO layer to connect the database. Yes, the statement. One point in resume, we have roles and responsibilities, right? Okay, yeah, yes, you can put okay, uh, uh, involved coding in DEO layer to connect the database. That's it. DEO data access object. But what are the technologies we have to develop the persistence logic? I told you, right? Jdbc, Hibernate, JPA, Spring DEO, Spring ORM, we can develop the persistence logic. Learning Jdbc somewhat difficult for you people, right? Because the first time you are learning, right? Next, persistence logic. Persistence means a permanent storage area. Either files or database we are using persistence logic. Okay? Either files or database we are using persistence logic. Who joined? The Chaitanya? Okay. Next, yeah. Uh, Persistent means permanent storage area, either file or database. Okay, either file or database. Okay, that is nothing but a persistent storage area. Persistence means storing the data in the relational database using SQL is nothing but persistence. The logic which is used to connect with the database is nothing but persistence logic. I told multiple times this one. Using IO streams, JDBC, Spring DAO, ORM. Okay, we are connecting a database and we are storing the data in the database. Now, Java application to files. How we are storing the data in the files? By using core Java IO streams. Right? Yes or no? What is the use of core Java IO streams? This is, we can store those data files or object data in the file. We can store the data into the file. We can read the data from the file. Okay. Next, uh, Yes. Next, but storing the data in the files is always not recommended. Storing the data in the file is not recommended. Why? Because maintaining huge amount of data in the file is not possible. Yes or no? Maintaining, yes, files doesn't support query language. If you have any query language, it doesn't support that query language for the file. Based on the condition, getting data from the file is somewhat difficult. Sometimes not possible. That's why even small applications also. Okay, yeah, reading also difficult. That's good. Okay, if you go for any application, our academic applications, academic projects while doing BTech, MCA, okay, we have to submit one project to college, right? Yes or no? Final project. That project also designed by using in a Java, .NET, but in that project also they used a database, not file. Okay. Anyway, ultimately we are using Jdbc to connect the database. In real world, strictly speaking, we are not using Jdbc. In real world, we are not using Jdbc to connect the database. Sir, using which technology we are connecting database? Why we are learning this Jdbc? See, even if you are not using Jdbc in the real world, you should learn it. Why? Because in the company we are using Spring DAO, Spring ORM, Hibernate, JPA we are using, not Jdbc. Not Jdbc. But to learn JPA, to learn Hibernate, to learn other technology, mandatory thing is Jdbc. Internally Hibernate, JPA, Spring DAO, Spring ORM, all these technologies internally uses advanced Java Jdbc only. Without knowledge in advanced Java Jdbc, you can't work with frameworks. That is the reason. That is the reason you should. That is the reason. Okay, you should learn advanced Java JDBC. See, if you want to learn one language, for example, if you want to learn English language, so first you should know ABCDs, right? Hmm? Without ABCD and without words, how can you learn? How can you talk? Hmm? Other people in English? Not possible. That's why Core Java, Advanced Java is mandatory to learn frameworks. Core Java Advanced, by learning Core Java Advanced Java, okay, don't tell to, okay, interviewer or other person, okay, I'm very strong in Java, I'm very strong in Java technology. Yeah, you are strong in core and advanced, that is useless in the real world. But Core Java, it help a lot, but in the real world, maximum, okay, we are using, okay, in the real world, maximum we are using Hibernate or Spring, but not JDBC. But internally, Spring and Hibernate internally is advanced Java JDBC only. That's why you should be strong in advanced Java JDBC. If you are strong in advanced Java JDBC, working with any frameworks is very simple. Okay. Next, what is the prerequisite for JDBC? Sir, Core Java. Anyway, all you people know about Core Java. Little bit knowledge on SQL. Okay, even if you don't know SQL in detail, don't worry. Okay, at least how to create the table, insert the table, insert the data in the table, delete the data from the table, updating data in the database. You should know it. Okay, anyway, I'm going to explain about those queries while dealing with the programs. Okay. Now, if you want to, what is of JDBC? If you want to connect the database, if you want to connect the database from the Java application, we are using JDBC. Simple diagram. Connecting a Java application, connecting, Java application to JDBC, JDBC application connecting database. So using JDBC, we are connecting database. But JDBC internally uses a driver. driver interface or driver class to connect the database. So driver is an interface given by the JDBC people. That's why JDBC is an API. One simple API, Java code. Some just method signatures, just API only they provided. But third-party vendors, Oracle people, mysql people, different types of vendors implemented that API. If you want to connect Oracle database, you can use Oracle people related driver class. Each and every people, each and every database people, they implemented their own API to connect the database. That's why if you want to connect the database, from the Java application, mandatory thing is one jar is required. But without jar also we can work with Oracle. But what is the problem with that one? We'll see later. Okay, so some jars are required to connect the database from the Java application. Okay. What is the jar and how to work with that jar, we'll see later. Next, JDBC driver talk to the database server. Anyway, you know this one. Okay, Sun Microsystem has released JDBC API. This API contains classes and interfaces. What are the main classes are available in the JDBC? Those classes are defined in two packages, java.spl, javax.spl. But ultimately, these two are package names. Okay. The most important interface names of JDBC is, what are the interface we are using? Driver, connection, statement, repair statement, callable statement, result set metadata, database metadata, etc. Okay. Result set metadata, database metadata, result set, callable statement, prepare statement, connection. So we have these number of interfaces we have. Yeah, I will discuss in detail about each and every interface. Don't worry. These are the interfaces. Sir, without implementation class, what we can do with interface? That's what I'm saying. Third-party vendors implemented all these interfaces. Who is a third-party vendor? Oracle people implemented it. I will show it while developing programs. I will show the implementation class also. I will print that implementation class in the console also. Okay. Now, the most important class in JDBC are driver manager, types, SQL exception. Generally, exceptions are Java class, right? One simple simple exception is called SQL exception. Any problem in the JDBC, any problem, database is down, this exception, table is not available, this exception, connection is not available, this exception, password is invalid, this exception. Any problem in the JDBC, blindly JDBC people throw one simple exception, that is a SQL exception. Any problem? One word answer, one exception, SQL exception. Driver manager, types, types, we'll see later about the types again. Driver manager. It manages a driver. If you want to get any connection object, we are using a driver manager. It manages the connection object. From the driver manager only we'll get the connection object. But before getting connection object, what we can do? Okay, we have to register one driver with the driver manager. What is the register one driver with the driver manager? I will see. Driver manager, if you want, you can see the source code of driver manager also. Okay, high level, I will show the source code. Start 1 minute. Are you following? Some terms may be difficult, okay, for the freshers, but don't feel tension by listening those terms, okay. By practicing, if you see one or two programs, you will get some idea. By seeing these terms, okay, don't feel tension. No, any difficult to understand the Jdbc. No, not difficult. Okay, but without missing the session, please attend everyday session. Okay, within 10 to 15 days, you should be strong in Jdbc. Yes, but from your end, okay, don't miss the session. If you miss the session, I can't do anything here. Okay. Now we have one driver manager, right? We can see the source code of driver manager class also. Okay, build a path, configure build path. Go to here. I don't want to use this JDK 6 in my laptop. I have JDK 7. Yes, I am adding JDK 7. Finish. Okay. Driver manager. Yeah, source code. Using this driver manager dot get connection, I'm getting connection object. Driver manager dot get connection. It is a static method. That's why you can use a driver manager dot get connection. That is the class name. Ultimately, what it will return? Return get connection. Means it will get connection object. Okay. Now, yeah, this is source code. Really, no need to see the source code, but if you see the source code, you will get some clear grip on the subject. The basic service for managing a set of JDBC drivers. If you want to manage the JDBC, okay, drivers will go for driver manager. Driver manager will manage the driver classes. Driver is an interface. It is a responsibility to connect the database. Okay. Yeah, each and every interface, high level, I'm clearly highlighting here. Driver. If you want to develop any Java application, okay, that application talks to database. Okay, what we can do? First, we should okay, um, use a driver class, a driver interface. One driver class is driver interface is driver class is required. Driver class is required. But sir, you said driver interface here, but now we're talking about class. We have a lot of classes, driver classes that implements driver interface. Driver is an interface, but third-party vendors implement this interface. Oracle people implemented this interface. JDBC people implemented this interface. Oracle driver implements JDBC this driver interface, right? But I don't have source code here. Why? Because it is a OJDBC14.jar. This is available in where? Oracle installation folder. Okay. Next. No. Yes. That's it. Driver manager. So that is a driver manager class, driver interface. Now, how to work with the driver manager and all those things we'll see. Now, just small point. Okay, how to connect the database. If you want to connect the database, connection object should be required. Again, connection is an interface. What we can do if you want to connect database? Just okay. Now today itself, I am going to discuss about one simple program. How to get the connection object. Okay. Try to get connection object. Okay. Today itself, while practicing the programs, okay, try to implement these programs, then only we'll get clear grip on subject. Otherwise, somewhat difficult. Okay. So 1 minute, I will write in front of you people that code, simple code. Okay. See, by default, source code doesn't show, right? Yeah, Chris is asking about, can you show me again how to attach the source code? By default, Eclipse doesn't show the source code. Okay. Already I attached the source code for all these packages. That's why what I will do, I'm trying to show source code for Oracle driver. By default, source code is not available. Go to internet and download source code for Jdbc 1.0. I don't have any source code for Oracle people. Okay, it is I think I'm not finding any source code for Oracle. Why? Because it is commercial software, right? Next, attach source. When you click attach source. When you click attach source, so it's asking, okay, uh, can you show me the can you upload any jar file SR source code? Okay, if you have source code here, okay, just select that one, open, okay, now you will get the source code here. Already I attached the source code for course overhead, that's why I'm unable to see it. Okay, so try to add it. Yeah, driver I have the source code. If not showing source code, okay, I can attach it. Anyway, it's showing source code, right? But this is the procedure to attach the source code. Hmm? Got it? Okay. Now, yeah. How to connect database from the Java application? Simple example I am discussing. Simple example. Now, yeah. Anyway, I'm deleting this entire, project. New. If you want to develop any application in IDE, if you want, you can note down these steps. File, new Java project. File, new Java project. Okay. In chart window, I am placing here. Okay. File, new Java project. Lot of blood pressures. That's why I'm typing like this. Okay. This is a JDBC example. Then you can give project name. Okay. So next project name. Okay. I choose JDK 7 default one. Okay. Next. Then finish. So next. Okay. Then finish. Done. Okay. We got the JDBC example. Just now I created. Right. Now here, next step, uh, create the class. Create class. How to create the class? In chat window, I am typing real. This is not required in material. Okay, I don't want to give this one to material. Okay, right click on SRC. Here, new class. SRC, then new, then class. You can copy from there. Okay, new class. Next, what is the package name? You can give any package name. com.ramesh IT or durgasoft. Package name. Okay, employee. I'm adding just employee insert. I want insert employee details. Employee insert. Do you need main method? Yes, I need main method. Okay, it generated the code. Okay. Here I want to get the connection. Okay. Now I am writing steps to connect database. Steps to connect the database. Step number one. Step number one. Load the driver. Step number 2. Load the driver class and register driver with driver manager. Sir, how to do all these steps, sir? I will explain clearly. Don't worry. Tomorrow session you will get excellent knowledge about this one. That's step 1. Step 2. What is step 2? Common templating. Get the connection or open the connection. Today only I will discuss only these two. Only these two. Okay. But not in detail, high level I am discussing. Anyway, okay, we'll discuss in detail later. Okay, so how to load the driver class? If you want to load any driver class, we have one simple class called class.forName. Core Java class.forName. What is the driver class here? This is the predefined driver class. Okay, we have Oracle driver. The driver class, you have to define it. This is the Oracle driver. Oracle.jdbc.driver.Oracle driver. Okay. This class throws a checked exception. ForName method throws a checked exception. That's why we can write a throws keyword. Throws a class not found exception. Yeah, driver class is ready. Sir, just I load the driver class, but I want to register driver with the driver manager, right? Please concentrate. When we load driver class into the memory, automatically JVM will create a driver class object, Oracle driver class object. This object will be registered with the driver manager. Sir, really it happened? Yes, it happened. I will show the code also. Don't worry, give me some time. Today really not possible. Okay, tomorrow we'll see what will happen internally when you load the driver class. I will discuss about internals also. I think Srivani and Richard, they knows about this internal. Already they attend evening batch. Just I cancelled that evening batch. I started morning. Okay. Now the internals will see tomorrow. Just I am loading the driver class. Steps to work with connect. Step to connect the database means you have to load the driver class. You have to register driver manager with the driver class. The registration will taken care by JVM automatically. How it will taken care by JVM automatically? Okay, how? We'll see tomorrow. Okay, in first step in detail. Second step. Now I want to get the connection. Connection equal to. I told you, right? Driver manager is the responsibility to manage the connections. Driver manager dot get connection. Get connection method expecting some properties. Database related properties. Okay. We need one URL. Okay. Where you install the database and that IP address. Okay. This is URL. Okay. If you installed Oracle in local machine, so you can use localhost. If you installed Oracle in other machine, okay, you can use IP address, database name, database username. Database username is system. Database password is manager. Okay. Now ready. Connection object is ready. Now here again it will throw checked exception. Add throws keyword. Now I wrote throws keyword, throw exception. Class not found exception, SQL exception. Okay, class not found exception, SQL exception. I got the connection. Really, I got the connection or not, I want to see. Okay, system.out.println. Only these two steps. Okay, without exception, executed, got the connection. Okay, got the connection. The connection is. Okay, the connection is. The connection is. I'm printing what is the connection object. Okay, done. Run as Java application. Sir, it will throw class not found exception. This class is not available here. Why it is not available means I am not adding any Oracle related jar. You should add Oracle related jar. So build path, configure build path, add external jar, Jdbc 14.jar. Okay. Okay. Now you can run it. I add the jar file. Now? Yes. Got the connection. The connection is Oracle implementation class. See, connection is an interface available in the Jdbc API. Who implemented it? Implementation class is T4 connection. T4 connection implements connection interface. Where can you find out T4 connection? Oracle package. Oracle people implemented it. I got the connection. Once you got the connection, you can play the game with the database. I got the connection, physical connection. Okay. Yeah. It's open the connection. Now, what you can do? You can connect the database. Okay. And perform your operation. But how to perform operations, insert operation, update, delete, what is the query, how to execute the query, what is the API to perform it. Okay, we'll see next session. I think you got a clear picture about these two lines code, right? Huh? But try to implement simple code. The simple code. Okay, just in main method, you have to put the simple code. If you want, okay, for freshers, okay, I'm sharing. Okay, this code in dot window. Anyway, I will send all these programs once you pay the fee. Okay, yeah, this is another example. Thank you. If you have any questions, let me know today's session.